Hi, I'm Rachel Christensen here with Dean Susan Schurman, and we're going to be discussing the university college community. Thank you so much for having me here.
My pleasure.
So what defines a non-traditional student?
Well, that's a terrific question because the whole definition of who's non-traditional is changing. It used to be somebody who was 30 to 40 years old, maybe tried to go to school and couldn't, had a career, and then decided to go back, and we used to call them night school students. And we have a few of those here at Rutgers. But today, around the country, about somewhere between 40 and 60% of all students are non-traditional in the sense that they can't go full-time, they don't live on campus, and they're financially independent, meaning their parents aren't supporting them. So it's an entirely new generation of college students. And it really redefines what it means to go to college, because college isn't a stage of life anymore where you go for 4 years, you graduate, and then you go do something.
Right.
College is now, and we have to think about it this way, college is a lifelong learning process where you go to school for a while, you go work, and then your field changes and you have to come back and take more learning. So we tend to think of it as lifelong learning. Here at Rutgers, to be non-traditional, and the great benefit of it is that you're allowed to go back and forth part-time to full-time without having to get somebody's permission. So you need to have been to qualify. If you've been out of high school for 4 years or more, if you've had a 2-year or more interruption between starting college and coming back, if you're non-matriculated, if you have significant work and family obligations that would interfere with school, things like that all qualify you to apply to be part of the university college community and have non-traditional status.
Since it is comprised mostly of adults, how do you help them carry on with all the tasks that they have to do on a daily basis?
Well, let me be clear on the adult. 80% of the university college community students here at Rutgers are under 30 and about half are under 25. So all college students are adults, technically. These are not very different from the quote-unquote traditional student, except that they are commuting. Maybe they have family, and probably they're working. Many of them are working full-time and trying to work full-time and go to school. So what we try to do for them is we try to solve their basic problems. Number one is to get decent parking close to where where their class is. Secondly, to make sure as many functions as they need to do, registration, checking your transcript, all of that stuff can be done online. I'm pushing really hard to get more online blended course instruction available. It's time we really understood the notion of podcasting here at Rutgers. All of these things help those students participate in the Rutgers learning community from their car or from their home when they're able to.
How many students are currently enrolled in UCC?
Well, when the undergraduate program was reorganized, everybody that had been a university college student was allowed to finish under university college rules if they didn't have an interruption. If they did, they got to come back and reapply under School of Arts and Sciences rules. There are about 4,000 of those students who are returning UC students, about 2,600 of them enrolled this semester. About almost 1,000 of the entering fall new students qualify to be non-traditional students, according to our records. We haven't been able to reach all of those, and there are probably twice that many at least who would be eligible if we could find a way to communicate with them. Now, I'll tell you this. Not everybody is enthusiastic about being considered non-traditional. They don't know what it means. Is that something bad? Are people going to... A lot of people don't like to be a non-something. But my friends remind me that non-violent is good. So, but I've got students in my class this term who qualify who didn't even know about it. So We've got a ways to go to reach people.
What do you feel is the biggest obstacle that non-traditional students have to overcome, and how does UCC help them?
Well, the single biggest obstacle that people face is a shortage of time. Time is their most important resource because they have to work, many of them full-time, many have families, there's the commute time to get to campus. Anything that you can do to solve that problem helps them. And so the most important thing, and I'll show you here, right here, what I'm doing. This is the Rutgers Online Learning System. You may have even had a class that used it, the e-community.
Yes.
Well, we can go way beyond e-community. We can offer courses fully online or partially online so that you come to class for fewer contact hours and you do more online. I've been doing online stuff now for over 10 years. And I've followed the studies on this very carefully. And once faculty know how to use this system effectively, student performance is at least as good as in the traditional classroom, and in some cases superior.
Thank you so
My
much.
pleasure. Thank you so much for letting me talk about, as you can tell, something I feel pretty strongly about.
Absolutely. And don't forget, you can go to ucc.rutgers.edu to find out how to apply and other relevant information. For RUTV, I'm Rachel Christensen.